Hello and welcome back to another episode on our Panda Express run here in Hutan Pantai, or however you say that. And today's episode, we are going to try to figure out those issues that we talked about in the last episode. The main ones being the fact that I couldn't flood my fields and I couldn't get the lime to apply. I have theories for both. One of them I feel pretty dumb about. We'll talk about that right after we do this. You might be wondering why we're bringing this back to the shop since we just bought it not that long ago. And the reason is because something popped up in the used market, and it's the same exact one for way less. So we'll make a few $1,000 back here, $7,000 or $8,000 back. Figured why not? Now, to address the issues that we were having, I think one of them is very simple, and that is the rice field not flooding. I feel a little dumb for not thinking about this in the last episode, but those fields need to be cultivated before we can flood them, I'm pretty sure. So let's go ahead and look at a cultivator and we'll see if we want to buy one or just lease it this time. We'll see. Alright, none of our fields are very big at this point, and so I'm thinking about just getting this little 4-meter shallow cultivator. That's the one thing I've kind of been looking at. I kind of want a shallow cultivator so it doesn't pull up the stones. So since our money is a little tight and there's a few other things that we're going to need to get, I think we're going to go with this John Deere shallow cultivator, and I think we'll go ahead and buy it. We can always upgrade this if we feel like we need to down the road. That shouldn't be an issue. So let's go ahead and get this driven back to our farm and see if this allows us to flood our fields. Alright, we'll go ahead and let an AI worker start working on this. And now the other theory I have for our lime issue is I wonder if you have to do it before the planting is done. That is not the way it was in Farm Sim 22, so that's why I haven't thought of that. But from what I've seen, that's what everybody's doing, but nobody's addressed it. I haven't looked it up specifically because I kind of wanted to see if we could figure it out. So that's my theory, and we can test it once these fields here are cultivated. Well, I say that. Do rice fields even need lime? It doesn't say that it does. So I'm not sure if they even need lime. So maybe we can't test that yet. But after we harvest field 28 and 27, I think that is what we're going to try and see if that is why we haven't been able to get it to go. Get it to apply. We'll see. Okay, so I turned off fertilized and mulched on these fields, and it doesn't look like these do need lime. So we won't be able to test it on these fields, but that's alright. We will see if this lets us flood our fields, and then we'll test the other theory after we harvest those fields. Obviously today we need to get these fields flooded, and then we also need to buy our planter, which I'm excited about. Haven't got to use the new rice planter yet, so we'll see how all that goes. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and take a peek at that. How much is that going to cost us? I don't think it was very much. Rice planters, 25,000. You know what? Let's go ahead and buy this and get it driving over here while our guy's working on the cultivating here. And here we are. We don't need to buy any saplings, obviously, because we've got them back at our house, at our greenhouse already, so we'll just get this driven back while we're waiting, get it loaded up maybe, and get ready to plant. Alright, just flipped a UE. Just saw that this actually takes solid fertilizer. I did not know that, or expect that, to be honest. I think we've got some here at the farm, or at the shop, I mean. Nope, we just got seeds and lime. Okay, so the solid fertilizer's back at the house. Another U-turn, no problem. 12 miles an hour was faster than I was expecting, but still kind of slow. This is going to take a minute. This thing is crazy looking, man. I love it. Love the new equipment. Alright, let's just back up to one of these here. Get this refill. Oh, there we go. Does it take a whole pallet? That'd be kind of nice if it did. It does. Cool. And that is completely full. Now, let's see. I think this is fertilizer in here. I think our lime is what we've got over by the house. Yeah, fertilizer. So we gotta wait for our tractor to be free. And then we can empty that out and fill up our fertilizer. I assume it just goes in these black tanks. I was a little confused at first, but I think that makes sense. Pretty cool piece of equipment, man. Unlike anything in the game, which is cool to see. Looks like he's getting this. I assume we can't do it yet. I don't really want to test it either until... Oh, hello, third person. I don't want to test it till he's done. Yeah, we can't yet. Surely after he's done, it'll let me, right? Alright, got it finished. Now is the moment of truth. Lift that real quick. Will you let me flood my field now? Please, 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 please. Look at there, we can flood the field. I love how it fills up the tire tracks first. That's cool. Oh, and another thing, while I'm thinking about it, that I saw somebody do, is you can actually use the pump or the field in your water. I'm not sure which it is. Or the water in your field, I mean, to fill up your water tank. So I think it would be a good idea to get that done while that's filling up. And then we will empty out the solid fertilizer, like I said, so that we can get that planter set up. And then we can start cultivating the other field. Refill. Look at there. That's a pretty cool trick. So we'll get these filled up, and we'll get our tank filled up at the same time. And hopefully that lasts us, you know, most of the year, so that we don't have to take a trip down to any water anywhere else. We can just get it off our field. Sweet. Okay, apparently that one was already pretty full. And that one didn't need much either. Sweet. Let's get this filled up, like I said. Park it. And get on to the next thing. Alright, let's try to dump this in a place that's not a horrible spot. How about right there? Yeah, that's not bad. Kind of out of the way. Now let's switch over to here. And I would guess this doesn't take very much, but we'll see. Yeah, only 250 liters. Hopefully that's enough to last a while, though. Alright, let's pull this over here, and I believe you can see how far along the flooding is. So let's hop out here. You can't see it here, but maybe in here. 5%. Okay, so it's going to take a little while. It's alright. We'll go ahead and get to cultivating our other fields. We got 2 more to do, so no big deal. While this guy's getting this field cultivated, I was wondering if it would make sense for us to get one of those small production facilities to do something with our rice rather than just selling it straight up, because they're not super expensive. So I was looking. Okay, that's kind of loud. But right here is the preserved food factory, which takes rice and you can turn it into those rice rolls, which sell for a little bit more. So I'm thinking, we haven't got to use any of these yet, these small production facilities. They're pretty cool, they're new to the game, so I think I kind of want to get one and see how they work, see what we think about them. So where would the good place be to put this? We have a little bit of money to do this, not a lot, but I think enough. Before we do this, let's go ahead and see if we can demolish this. Yeah, no money, but we don't need it there. And I'd rather have the space. So does this fit here? Yeah. Let's maybe tuck it all the way over here. Yeah. Give ourselves room to put something else maybe if we want to. So let's try it right there. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. I think this will be fun just to test out. Now these do give you like less production than if you were to buy the big one. Obviously that makes sense. But we have 3 small fields and I think hopefully this should be able to keep up. So we can't get our rice over here yet, but we can look at what we can make. This thing makes a lot. Noodle soup rice flour. What do you need for that? How do you know? Oh, right here. You need rice flour, eggs. Oh, we have eggs. So we'd have to make rice flour, which maybe we need to get a rice or a flour production. Grain mill, I think is what it's called. So they've got the rice bags and rice bags long grain. That makes 50 rice rolls. That makes 45 rice bags. I think we will start with these rice rolls here. It just takes plain rice. We've got that, so give us a little bit more money than just selling it straight up, I think. And that should be really cool. Where is our spawning location or spawning setup? Change output mode. What's it at right now? Why am I missing it? Maybe if I push it. Oh, it's it's where I'm looking. Selling, distributing. I want it to be storing so we can sell it at the best price. Cool. I'm happy about that. Got a lot to do this month. Hey, look at our field though. That's getting better. Still not quite full, but let's see what's progress. 17%. Wow, it really does take a minute, but that's okay. Like I said, we still got time. Then we've got planting to do while we're waiting on the others. No big deal. Look how good the reflections look in that water. Oh, man. If you didn't see the last episode, I did talk a lot about the fact that I did get my new graphics card installed, which was very exciting. For those of you who know things about PC parts, I went from a 1050 Ti to a 4060 Ti, so you can imagine the jump and the performance difference between the two. It's pretty crazy. Super excited about it. Super happy with the purchase so far. Alright, and that is field number 2, cultivated. And with as long as it takes for these fields to fill up, I don't think we're going to have to upgrade this cultivator for quite some time. I know we'll use it for our other fields as well, but I don't think we're going to outgrow it very fast. It's a small farm, which is kind of fun. If you saw my Farming Simulator 22 series, I only have one on the channel, but it was every animal run, and our farm got pretty large and pretty hectic, really busy throughout the months, so it's kind of nice to do something small again. I mean, I'm sure we will grow this eventually to be rather large as well, but there's something exciting about a fresh start and simple times. Man, the steering assist in this game is so good. People that say this game is just a reskin kind of blows my mind. This feature in and of itself is just so good. So far beyond what I was expecting. And I love it. I'm very pleased with the changes they've made to this game. And this system is just going to get improved in the future. It's only going to get better from here, folks. Oh, one little spot there. Sweet. And with that, our fields are now cultivated. So let's get this one started flooding. I'm so glad that that's all that was wrong with my fields, is I was being dumb and hadn't cultivated them yet. Let's go get this parked and see if we're ready to start planting. Alright, trying to keep things a little tidy. Park that right there. Awesome. Now let's check our fields. See what percent this one's at. Looks like it's getting full. Only 35%. Guess we still got a little ways. Alright. guess we'll hurry up and wait. One thing we can do while we're waiting is get our rice moved over here. Let's go ahead and do that. I do think we probably will want to do the flour eventually. Obviously, we don't have money to do it right now, but the reason I wanted to do it is because my favorite meal at Panda Express is the orange chicken, like I've talked about, as well as I like it with chow mein. Now, obviously, they don't have just like regular noodles in the game, but I feel like that's the closest thing. It says noodle soup. It's not really soup, but we're going to pretend that that's chow mein to go with my orange chicken. So eventually we'll get that. It's a good use for our eggs as well. So I'd be happy with that change. Let's see if we gave ourselves room to get in here. Oh yeah, easily. And dump it. How much does it hold, I wonder? Surely it can hold 5,000. Good night. Pulled too far under there. Alright, we're good. Alright, let's take a look at it in our productions. 5,000. It's running. Oh, it can hold 11,000. It shows right there. So about 2 years worth of our fields. Not too bad. Oh, the rice rolls can hold 12,000 liters. Okay, interesting. Oh, rice can hold 24,000. Okay, I see. And then what it produces can hold 12,000. Cool. So it'll hold everything we need for a while. We'll see what it looks like when it spawns. And we are still waiting on this, so guess I'll get some pallets moved around, get it cleaned up a little bit. I'll see you when the fields are finished and we're ready to plant. I have no idea how much of these saplings we're going to use, but I went ahead and brought one to each field so we can refill at least once without having to go all the way back. We'll see. Maybe it's less, maybe it's more. At any rate, we're somewhat prepared. Alright, now I have actually run out of things to do until these fields are flooded, so I'll bring you back at that point. Alright, I went and got myself a corn dog for lunch and came back, and it looks like our water level's at 65%, but we can't flood it anymore, so apparently that is what it needs to be at. So we are ready to get in there and start planting our rice field for the first time. Let's see if AI can do this. I think I saw they can. Start with the headlands. 3 of them, okay. And get to work. Lining up a little differently. They're actually more on the ridge than I thought they would be, which is fine. But it is more than I thought they would go up. Surprised they didn't fill up the water levels higher, but still cool. Interesting. It said it was blocked by an object with this sitting right here, so just moved it for a second and now he's going again. Now while they are going, let's look at, I'm going to look at rice and see if it tells us about flooding, because I think you have to flood the fields more than once, so I'm going to see if I can figure that out. Alright, so here it says, keep the field flooded after planting for 2 more months before it has to be dry for the 3rd growth stage. So 2 months, we'll keep it flooded. So June and July, I guess. We'll see. I'm sure there's a way we know how much, but if it stays flooded too long, then crops start to die, they said. So definitely want to make sure we can figure out how long to keep them flooded for. Alright, we are on to the up downs, and it looks like it is going to take a little bit more than 1 pallet for this field at least, which is cool. We've got a lot of pallets over there. I was actually looking because I was curious to see if there was a place you can actually sell the rice saplings, because we have a lot of extra. I'm pretty sure we're gonna have a lot of extra, that is. And there actually is, and they actually sell pretty good, like a pretty good price. So we'll probably look at doing that in Looks like December is the peak price. Actually, the swing is very minimal, so we might just sell those at some point and take the extra cash for that, which is cool. Alright, it says we have 0%, but he's still lining up like he's gonna do more. We'll let him run completely out just to make sure. There it is. Alright, now let's get this guy over here. We brought one over, even though the greenhouse is literally right there. And there you go. Let's get this guy lined up, and we'll do a quick time lapse of him finishing up this field. And there we go. That is our first rice field planted. First time on the playthrough. Super cool. Super fun. Used about 1.5 pallets for this field. The other fields are obviously smaller, so they'll use probably closer to 1. But cool. We've got lots of extra rice saplings, like I said. Get those sold, get ourselves some cash at some point. But I'll probably go ahead and finish planting these fields in between episodes. So I think we'll go ahead and call the episode right here. If you did enjoy this episode, please leave a like and share it with a friend. I'm glad we figured out our flooding issues that we were having. If you're interested to see if we have figured out the liming, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I think we'll probably get there in the next episode or two. I'm excited about that. Hopefully we've got that figured out as well. Really enjoying this run so far. If you are, again, hit that subscribe button, share it with a friend. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Soy Sauce Farming, and I'll see you in the next one.